You're watching True Crime Coverage with Angelarenee. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and hit that notification bell. I appreciate you. Let's get started. Hey you guys, today I'll be following up part 1 of the Kevin Bacon murder case. If you haven't watched part 1, please do so. The link for part 1 is in the description box below. This is a warning. If you are emotionally triggered by gruesome details concerning murder and cannibalism, now's the time for you to hit that little X on your screen and close this tab. On Christmas Eve of 2019, Mark met Kevin at a Family Dollar near Mark's home. After communicating through the app GRINDR, the two decided to meet up to engage in sexual activities. Mark had Kevin leave his clothes and phone behind in his car. Next, Mark had Kevin pick out an outfit in order for them to engage in role play. Mark then blindfolded Kevin, put earmuffs and restraints on him for the 30-minute drive to Mark's home. The details regarding Kevin's murder are too disturbing for me to articulate, so I'll have the lead investigator on the case, Michigan State Police Detective Sergeant James Moore, elaborate.
Lead investigator MSP's Detective Sergeant James Moore testified to what Latunski told him after he was arrested.
He said that they initiated a conversation on GRINDR, that an agreement had been made between the two of them to engage in sexual activity. Sergeant
Moore says Latunski said Bacon had a fantasy, and Latunski told him he was willing to act it out for him.
Latunski stated that Kevin Bacon had explained to him that he had been suicidal in the past. The discussion began about how Latunski could make Mr. Bacon's body disappear.
Sergeant Moore says the 51-year-old told him Bacon asked he use a sword, but Latunski told the officer he used this knife instead, believing it would make his death painless. Sergeant Moore says Latunski stabbed Bacon in the neck and then slashed his throat, killing him. To ensure he didn't feel any more pain, Latunski told the officer he hung him up to drain the blood from his body. Sergeant Moore says Latunski then cooked and ate a part of Bacon's body because it was a new moon. Then he carried out the rest of what Latunski said was their agreement.
As a result of ending the life, then he was going to utilize Kevin Bacon's body for different things.
As part of those plans, Sergeant Moore goes on to say Latunski even bought a dehydrator. We know the defense has tried to prove Latunski is insane. Questioning the lead investigator, Latunski's attorney alleged today that Bacon consented to dying.
They discussed Mr. Latunski assisting in a suicide, is that correct?
Mr. Latunski stated that he was going to help Kevin Bacon disappear. So we can interpret that. I'm just using the words that Mr. Latunski said.
Okay guys, so let me tell you, Mark's defense attorney, Shiawassee County Public Defender Doug Corwin, is trying to prove that Mark is insane. So guys, at Mark's arraignment on December 30th of 2019, Mark said that his name is Edgar Thomas Hill. And that his nephew's name is Mark David Latunski. Mark has also claimed that he's from the Thomas clan, a well-known Welsh royal family.
Are you Mr. Latunski?
No, my name is Edgar Thomas Hill.
Okay.
Mark Latunski is my nephew.
In January of 2020, the judge ruled that the court would allow an insanity defense for Mark. On February 18th of 2020, Mark had been rushed to the hospital after being found unresponsive in his Shiawassee County jail cell. Apparently, Mark had been on a hunger strike and hadn't eaten since his arrival at the Shiawassee County Jail. In February of 2020, a Shiawassee County judge ruled that Mark wasn't mentally competent to stand trial at the time. After months of treatment at the Michigan Center for Forensic Psychiatry, Mark was deemed competent to continue court proceedings.
Kevin didn't deserve this no matter what. And I don't believe what Latunski said, because our son would never do something like that.
I think the suicide pact thing is another story that Latunski had built up to get him off.
The Bacons say their son does have a history of mental illness, explaining he did try to commit suicide a few times, but said the last attempt was more than a year prior to his death.
As soon as he did, he regretted it, so he sought help, and he's been receiving help ever since.
Bacon's parents added they're grateful for the community support and happy to see Latunski will stand trial, but say they won't get justice for their son until Latunski's convicted.
The death penalty doesn't exist in this state, so maximum life without the possibility of parole is what I want.
Me too.
On October 5th, 2020, after Mark was ruled fit to stand trial, Mark pled not guilty. Following the not guilty plea, a pre-trial date was set for October 30th of 2020. So guys, as of February 1st, 2021, the date that I actually finished this video, I wasn't able to locate any information about an actual trial date for Mark. So let me know in the comments below if you guys would like me to keep an eye on this case so I can provide you guys with an update.